Second thing an interfaith leader should be able to do is launch a project. And the types of projects we find the most effective at the Interfaith Youth Corps are interfaith service projects. This is something that Rosina knows well because she was one of the people we experimented on 6 years ago when she was a student at the University of Illinois. Rosina was part of a group of young interfaith leaders who did a summer internship at the university, at the Interfaith Youth Corps, and went back to the University of Illinois to start a set of interfaith social action projects, recognizing that it's not ultimately interfaith dialogue that resolves differences between different religious communities or builds better relations. It's getting people together to do concrete projects and to articulate what it is in their religious backgrounds that inspires them to build houses, to clean rivers, to tutor children. What if we had a generation of young Ismailis who took three of the most important dimensions of our culture, the dimension of volunteerism, the emphasis on pluralism, and the emphasis on youth leadership, and put those together and started running interfaith projects on campuses across the country and the world? What if the Ismaili community was known in civil societies from Kenya to Kansas as a community in which its young people were bringing together Buddhists and Baha'is, Hindus and humanists, Muslims and Christians and Jews in cities and campuses for interfaith Habitat for Humanity builds, for interfaith bednet projects to end deaths related to malaria, interfaith tutoring projects? Could that be our reputation? Could that be your reputation? Second thing an interfaith leader can do is launch projects. Third and final thing an interfaith leader can do is transform environments. Right? There is a difference between launching a project and transforming an environment. Transforming an environment, I'll tell it to you in by way of a story. There's three people in a row. Each of them is passing bricks. And you ask the first person, "What are you doing?" And she says, "I'm passing bricks." You ask the second person, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm erecting a wall." You ask the third person, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm building a cathedral." Right? This ultimately is not just about changing a single conversation or 5 conversations. It's not ultimately about launching an interfaith service project at Oxford or at Harvard or at Leicester. This is ultimately about building a world that's based on pluralism. Just like over the course of the 20th century, we helped address the issue of the color line. We built a world in which racial equality and racial harmony was at least closer. The horizon is reachable. Can we build a world in the 21st century that is more characterized by pluralism, more characterized by respect for different religious identities, positive relations between different religious communities, and a commitment from those religious communities to the common good?